B&M dive coasters are normally considered one-trick ponies for their holding brake drop, but today I will be looking at the elements outside of the drop and comparing the 3 B&M dive coasters in the US that I've ridden: Griffon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, SheiKra at Busch Gardens Tampa, and Valravn at Cedar Point. This is the ultimate coaster clash. This is the Duel of the Dives. For this coaster battle, there are a total of 10 categories, meaning a coaster can earn up to 10 points in total, and I will sometimes give a point to 2 or 3 coasters. For our first 3 categories, we will talk stats, meaning the height, speed, and length. To start off, we have the height. SheiKra is 200 feet tall, Griffon is 205 feet tall, and then Valravn will take the point for being 223 feet tall. As for speed, SheiKra goes 71 miles an hour, while Griffon goes 72, and yet again Valravn will take this point for going 75 miles an hour. And then for the length, SheiKra is around 3,200 feet long, Griffon is 3,100 feet long, and then, yet again, Valravn takes the point for being around 3,400 feet long. Now Valravn won all of those points, giving it a 3-0 lead, but what about the actual ride experience? For the ride experience, we will be talking about the restraints, layout, inversions, airtime, and smoothness. So let's start out with the restraints. And for this one, Griffon and SheiKra take the point for having the classic B&M over-the-shoulder restraints, while Valravn has vest restraints that highly restrict the ride experience and upper body movement. Our next category is layout, and all 3 of these coasters have a nearly identical first half. You have the drop, Entleman, and into the mid-course brake run. So let's see which ride has the better second half to gain the point. Griffon drops into yet another Entleman over the river, and then goes over an airtime hill into a splashdown before hitting the brake run. SheiKra does a similar thing, but without the Entleman, so it just goes into a drop, into a turn, into the splashdown, and then a helix into the brakes. Valravn, yet again, has more elements in the second half, having a 0G roll, dive loop, and airtime hill before hitting the brake run. But do I think Valravn's second half is well executed? Well, no. A lot of the elements just feel boring and slow, so I'm going to be giving Griffon the point for the extra element over SheiKra. The next category is inversions, and this is a hard one because Valravn has a lot of inversions, but then SheiKra and Griffon don't have many, and a lot of them are the same. But then Valravn's inversions aren't the best. So who wins here? Well, the first Entleman on all these rides is basically the same, so we can cross those out, meaning SheiKra won't get the point because they don't have any extra inversions on that. Griffon does have an extra Entleman, but it's nothing special. But Valravn does have a 0G roll that is taken pretty slowly in the second half. However, it does have quite a bit of hang time, and because of that having a unique inversion, I will be giving Valravn the point. Next up, we have quite an odd category for a dive coaster, but that is airtime. All of these rides generate airtime on the drop except for Valravn with the vest restraints, so I might already rule that coaster off. However, it does have one big camelback into the brake run, and that camelback gives a bit of floater. But I think Griffon and SheiKra's airtime is more powerful because of the not as limiting restraints, especially since some of the drops on SheiKra and Griffon give quite a bit of airtime. So I'm going to be giving both of them the point. Our final category is smoothness, and I have not ridden Griffon in quite a bit, but I can remember it being a little shaky. Same with SheiKra. Meanwhile, Valravn is pretty smooth, especially since it's almost brand new, being 6 years old. So I'm going to be giving Valravn the point for this one. Next up is setting, and I gotta give this to SheiKra. Yeah, you can argue with me a lot about not giving Valravn the point for being right over the Cedar Point midway and for giving great views of the lake, but I think SheiKra's setting is really cool, especially considering it's kind of in a wooded area and you just drop through some terrain and theming effects, which is really cool. We also got to talk about effects, and for this one, it's going to go to both Griffon and SheiKra, especially because of their water splashdowns, which are very visually appealing to guests. Our final normal category is going to be operations. And while Griffon can normally run 3 trains and they have 30 riders on the trains, I think I'm going to be giving this point to SheiKra, mainly because it has a double loading station, and it normally runs 3 trains with 24 riders per train. Also, Valravn does normally run 3 trains with 24 riders per train, but SheiKra's double loading station puts it ahead. But now, we do have a tie between SheiKra and Valravn. So, for the tiebreaker, I will be saying which ride I like more and giving it the final point, making it the winner of the Duel of the Dives. And I'm gonna have to go with SheiKra for this one. SheiKra is a really fun dive coaster. The effects and setting definitely amplify the ride experience, plus it has the classic over-the-shoulder restraints and great drop because of that. And while Valravn is still a great ride, I do think that the vest restraints limit a lot of airtime and potential. So that's why I gave SheiKra the win. Anyways, that is going to be it for this coaster battle. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be on vacation for the next few weeks, but I will be going to a few parks in the upper Midwest, including Six Flags Great America, Little America, Mount Olympus, and Bay Beach, so stay tuned for vlogs and possibly POVs of those parks. Anyways, this is Zero G Coaster signing out. As always, have a great rest of your day, and see you guys.